38-year-old Dalton will be suiting up for his sixth team in 2026. Tom is also reporting the Browns are signing defensive end A.J. Epinesa to a one-year deal. Epinesa joins Cleveland after playing 6 seasons with the Bills. Wide receiver Greg Dortch is reuniting with new Lions offensive coordinator Drew Petzing as Dortch is signing a one-year deal with Detroit. Dortch will replace Khalif Raymond as the Lions kick returner. And several players announced their retirements from the NFL. Wide receiver T.Y. Hilton, running back Boston Scott, and linebacker Logan Wilson all officially calling it a career on Wednesday. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
Are you a parent of a 2 to 8-year-old? Listen closely for an exciting offer, then head to abcmouse.com/radio to learn more. By now, you've probably heard of ABC Mouse.
ABC Mouse is like a little one-on-one teacher. It has helped her so much.
We're offering a promo at abcmouse.com/radio to try it for free for a month, then $14.99 per month until canceled. Go to abcmouse.com/radio to see this offer. That's abcmouse.com/radio. Actual ABC Mouse users compensated for their testimonials, sponsored by Age of Learning.
1 in 4 Americans have a disability. I'm one of them. I'm also a working mom who cares deeply about making sure every child with a disability thrives by getting their access needs met. We've got a trusted ally by our side. Easter Seals provides children and families the foundation for lifelong success through early learning programs, skills training, and prep for college and career. That's my Easter Seals. Make it yours. Join us at easterseals.com.
Now, from Wichita's most listened to sports radio, 97.5 and 1240 KFH, this is Sports Daily.
Well, hey there. Good morning, everybody. Welcome in to Sports Daily. Jacob Albrock, TJ Cleland. The madness is here. We are just hours away now from the start of what many people would call the great sports time on the calendar, which would be mostly today and tomorrow. The all-day games, more than you can handle, Cinderella upsets, all of it begin today, the madness. We have the play-in games in the books. We have it all ready for you, and we march forward here in March. Jacob Albrock, TJ Cleland with you. Sports Daily on KFH. Of course, you can call us at 869-1240 if you're listening to us over the air on 97.5 FM. You can leave us video comments if you're watching our stream, Facebook, YouTube, X. You can also watch us on 12 News Connected. Listen to us on the Odyssey app where you can leave voice messages. We've got Tim Fitzgerald today to talk about the Casey Alexander hire. Looking forward to that conversation. See what Fitz thinks from the Go Power Cat crew of the new era of Wildcat basketball. We get some game details from the Shockers on what to expect this weekend. We have it all for you, plus getting you ready for KU tomorrow night in the opener, and then maybe looking ahead a little bit to what could be coming this weekend. It's all what's on tap. Brought to you by the Wichita Brewing Company, now featuring the Dub event venue at WBC Delano. Perfect for graduation parties, receptions, rehearsal dinners, meetings, and reunions. Visit wichitabrew.com to begin your booking at the Dub event venue at WBC Delano, where groups gather. TJ, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I've got a question right off the top, and this applies to your daughter as well. I filled out my bracket and took Miami of Ohio / SMU on a run to the Sweet 16, I believe. Yeah, I did. Sweet 16. And I did that as it would have been SMU. But the brackets weren't finalized yet, so now I have Miami of Ohio to the Sweet 16. Is that legal? Do I still have a perfect bracket?
Yeah. Yes. Okay. You can change your bracket. Now, we can't change them after the Elite Eight. We've put those out publicly. I mean, I guess we could. I am a believer that your bracket isn't set until tip time today.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you pick, because on obviously like your ESPN app, you just get the slash. But like, if you're filling out a paper bracket, like I wrote SMU.
Right.
Is that a perfect bracket or no?
Night. My daughter, my middle daughter, my 8-year-old daughter, no 9-year, 8-year-old daughter, turning 9 in like a month. She filled out her bracket. My other two kids, my 11-year-old and 6-year-old, are pretty straightforward. Right? They understand that lower seeds, more wins, whatever. This daughter, she threw all that out the window. Her original Final Four included Penn and included Miami of Ohio / SMU. Now, she was on the other side of this. She wanted it only as Miami of Ohio. She saw that they had all those wins this year, and that's what she based it on. And so we're watching last night, and I'm kind of explaining to her, I'm like, okay, so here's the deal. If SMU wins this, you're stuck with SMU being your team to go that far. So she thought about it, and we're watching. Miami of Ohio's looking pretty good. She's like, I don't know, they look pretty good. And I'm like, they do look pretty good. And so she came to the conclusion. She backed them off of her championship and just took them to the Final Four. And then as I was explaining things, she learned a little bit more about Penn. She also backed off Penn. So her bracket's not quite as crazy, but she does have Miami of Ohio to the Final Four. And she's good with it.
I assume that she heard the news that TJ Power is down with an illness for Penn right now and Frank McCaffrey's crew. Is that what it was?
Yep. Headlines that I missed, that she missed. No, she took that one back, but she's sticking with Miami of Ohio to the Final Four. And I was like,
who's the new champ?
Arizona.
Arizona. Wow. Hot take.
Yeah.
Hot take.
She already had them. She already had them in the Final Four, and she's like, okay, I guess I'll just take Arizona. But maybe, a little bit. And I told her too. I said, when you wake up in the morning, if you change your mind, I was like, you have a little time here, so think about it in the morning, and we'll do whatever we need to do with this. Now that she'll learn as she wakes up that Miami of Ohio won, she may go back to her original plan, which was to crown them the champions.
Man, I would. That was fun last night.
They look good. They shoot a ton of threes. They had the home crowd there.
I picked SMU to go to the Sweet 16 because I like SMU, mostly because there's two shockers on their team. You can watch Jerron Pierre and Corey Washington, but Boopy Miller and BJ Edwards, that's a good team.
It is.
And so that's why I was like, oh, they can get to the Sweet 16 for sure. And watching that game last night, like there was a part of it, it's like, I like SMU because I like Corey and Jerron, but then it's like, man, how are you not rooting for Miami of Ohio to just prove everybody wrong and get turned?
Well, you will be. That's what I told her. I said Miami of Ohio is going to be a fun one to have picked. They'll be kind of what I thought Nebraska would be, which was a team that just can come out, shoot a ton, fall in love with them. Like, who knows what'll happen? And if they make a bunch of threes, they're really good. Mm-hmm. If they don't, though, that's where they're going to get into a lot of trouble. That's why I think it's hard. But Final Four run. And listen, these teams that make it through the play-in win a bunch of games in the tournament almost every year since we've been doing this with 11s. Since we've been putting the 11s in there, they win games. And do you feel more confident in them, or was it Texas that won?
Texas.
Over NC
I feel
State?
Better about Miami of Ohio.
I do too.
Which is
hilarious. To win tournament games anyway.
Yeah, I agree. Have you seen the stat where every year, the last decade or something like that, the games in the first 2 hours of play, I think Jackson said this, 2.5 hours of play of tip times, there's always been an upset of a 4-13 or a 5-12. And Nebraska's the second.
Nebraska's there.
Oh, I'm so scared.
You can't change that one. You can change a lot, but you can't change that one.
I am terrified. I can't lie. I'm going to just be holding on to my butt for a month. I think they can beat Troy, but I'm terrified of what's after that. If they play Vanderbilt, I'm terrified of that game.
My daughter that has the wacky bracket has Troy winning that game. Just saying. Don't know why. I have no idea. I came home and the brackets were filled out. That was my challenge because I don't want to help them. I'm like, you guys fill these out. I'll get home. I'll enter them into the contest that we're going to put them into. And they were just sitting there. And I was like, okay, we got Troy versus Penn, I believe, in that regional and all this crazy stuff. She backed off. She something made her like Florida a little bit more. So I think she took Troy only to 2 wins or something like that. I don't remember. I will say that game with Miami of Ohio, that's the most I've watched a play-in, probably.
I agree. Somebody made the point the other day, and I got an argument about it. This was the night the Shockers played in the NIT, but I was locked in on the Shockers, obviously, and then I got back, and it was like, all right, well, who's going to win this Oklahoma State game? And then it was Breyer trying to take down the 1 seed Tulsa in the NIT. So I was locked into the NIT all night, and somebody made the point of I don't know, somebody put an article out about how the NIT is on its last legs. And someone's like, do you people not watch mid-major basketball? I'd rather watch what I watched tonight than watch the play-in game of Texas versus NC State, who've had a million chances. And I was like, well, I mean, I usually could care less about the play-in games, honestly. Like, I'm kind of with you.
Yeah, I am too, unless there's a story there, which there was, of course, last night with Miami of Ohio. There was a story. Was it Syracuse that went through the play-in and then made a run? There's just because they were like this curious case. They would have been kind of like this year's Auburn, right? Like, can they get through? So I'm with you. I like all of it. It doesn't really matter to me. I like the NIT. I've always liked the NIT because you get good teams in it, typically. Like Wichita State, Oklahoma State, that's a pretty intriguing game this weekend. Now, once we switch over to the Madness, I think the general public's not going to have much interest in that. But, you get down to it, and it's just games. They're just good basketball games. So we'll see. We'll get you the details on the Shockers as we make our way through. It's crazy. The Madness, not just on the court either, taking over downtown Wichita. Join KFH for Hoops for Heroes, the 9th Floor Club and venue on March 20th. That's tomorrow. From midday madness buffet lunches to evening madness at the Cloud9 Cigar Lounge, it's the ultimate tournament watch party. Enter the ultimate bracket challenge. 100% of bracket proceeds benefit CanVets United, supporting our local heroes. Get tickets, brackets, and learn how you can be a member for a day at 9thfloorwichita.com with 97.5 and 1240 KFH. Coming right back here on Sports Daily. Don't go away.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
Canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
310-1 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Get busy.
This is Sports Daily on KFH.
All right, welcome back in, everybody, to Sports Daily. Glad to be here with you on this Thursday. It's March Madness. Thanks to Crestview Country Club for being a great support of the program. Talking to some guys who are renting out the simulators. They're going to put games on all day, hit golf balls, probably have some wings, a bucket of beers. That's a pretty good way to take in the tournament, I got to say. We will be working today, TJ, so I will not get to participate in that. But it sounds pretty good. Give Crestview a call. They've got the golf outside, of course. It'll be great days for that, too. And then the simulators inside and all the fun and creative ways you can enjoy the facilities there. Give them a call. Tell them we sent you here from Sports Daily. Oh, man. I'm ready for it. My son, 6, fired up. He keeps asking me, when are all the games going to be on? When are all the games going to be on? I'm like, just wait, buddy. Just wait. And they'll just never not be on. You get lunchtime on, you're always going to have games. And you've picked them in your bracket.
This is the best day of the year. 100%. Best day of the sports calendar. You want to go full discourse about that? Because I'll fight this one till I die. Like 64, Thursday, Friday. Especially for us, Jacob, whenever we're on the road doing it, like you're sitting there, that's the best. Like today is the most fun day. Like Rachel's about to have the coolest day because you're sitting there just watching 8 teams practice. You're talking to Tommy Lloyd and Bill Self in the same day, and you just have your phone on. You're like, holy cow, do you see Nebraska Troy right now? Hold on to your butts. I remember sitting in Greensboro Coliseum in North Carolina watching the game before K-State, Montana State. I can't remember who that was. I think it was Kentucky versus somebody. And they literally just took this game off the Jumbotron and just put on Purdue Fairleigh Dickinson. And the whole arena could not care less about the Kentucky game on in front of them.
Yeah, we call it the best. I've done the tournament like you're talking about, which is a pretty cool and unique thing to do. Done lots of tournament sites like that. That is pretty awesome. I think back to Wichita last year, and that was pretty awesome, being outside the arena. I think back to doing it in Vegas one year. Pretty cool. I don't know if I'd call it. I want to call it the best sports day.
What else do you have that can compare? This is better than the Super Bowl.
It's better than the Super Bowl. Totally, way better than the Super Bowl. I would put up there opening NFL Sunday. Yeah. I would put up there opening day of Major League Baseball.
For those, though, I feel like NFL Sunday, potentially. Opening day of baseball, like, I only care about the Royals. Like, I'll turn on the games, but, like, I'm not locked into Rangers Diamondbacks in the noon window.
It's one of the few times I am pretty locked into all the games of a year would be opening day. I would I would probably put Thursday, Friday above those. I probably would. I think I agree with you.
I think it's just quantity over quality too. Like,
It's all of it. It's all of it. Now, if you don't have to work, like if you guaranteed me I didn't have to work, that'd be pretty great. It'd be pretty great. To just be
too bad that we have to go to work where we sit at our jobs and watch basketball.
Watching it at work is also enjoyable, right? Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Because everybody's
we have a nice job to have during March Madness, where our job is literally to talk about basketball.
Everybody's watching it at work, so it's not that bad. I mean, it's fine. And I also don't have the stamina anymore. Like, what am I going to do now at almost 41 years old? I can't really, like 15, 20 years ago, you don't work, you go park, and you're drinking beer all day watching these games. I can't do that anymore. I die, I think. So maybe it's not so bad. It's not the same as it was when I was younger, I suppose. But it is pretty great to just, and now like doing it with the kids is a whole different enjoyment. Like they get fired up for it. Like you just turn it on and nobody knows anything about anything, but you're like, man, I totally had Troy over Nebraska here. Let's go, Troy. Like, let's go. We got to have it. We got to have it. So yeah, I'm probably with you. I think I'll give it the nod. Is the greatest sports days are this Thursday and Friday of the calendar. I also really like Saturday and Sunday too. I think the first week together to get you to the Sweet 16. When I was a kid, I thought Sweet 16 was like the coolest thing because it's where you see the upsets. That's why this week's also better. This is where we get the upsets. Some double-digit seeds probably going to the Sweet 16. Now, they may not make it any farther than that, but once they get there, they're there for like 5 days. They're on top of the world, man.
Yes. It is. Look at the Shockers. Yeah, that's exactly right. Everybody loved them. Yeah, I don't know. I've tweaked the bracket a little bit, but I haven't tweaked the elite. I think the only thing that I changed was I took High Point out of the Sweet 16. I was like, yeah, I think Arkansas is actually pretty good. We need to.
I do have High Point winning a game, but I'm pretty big on Arkansas. Yeah. I want to like, if you really go through and look at this thing, and I want to do this today, like how many teams can win a national championship? So I have Arkansas making it through over High Point too. I think Arkansas is kind of one of those teams where you can squint and maybe slide that team in there. And probably it's just because we all love Acuff so much. But that's a team with Cal and a player like that. We're like, yeah, you know what? They probably have a little bit of a chance here. But obviously the ones do. I think all the twos do. I think even the threes do. That's where you've got that top 12. And usually history tells us that's where you can probably end the conversation. This year, though, whereas last year, it was chalk for a reason. It felt like there were 4 teams that were better than everybody else last year. So, people can say it's a sort of trend, it's whatever it is. It just felt like those 4 teams were better last year. So now this year we get into it. I would say any of the 2s or the 3s all feel, mostly anyway, like they could do it. I mean, Iowa State's a 2. My champion, Houston, is a 2. We've seen so much of those teams. We know how good those teams are. Those teams profile as teams that could win a national championship, right? Michigan obviously is there at a 1. But you go down to the 4s this year, Arkansas, Kansas, Nebraska, your pick. Not so much Alabama anymore. That was the one tweak I made to my bracket, was putting Tech through over Alabama now with their suspension.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we cannot definitively say Kansas, Nebraska, Arkansas, those teams absolutely have a shot. There are people that love St. John's. Did you not watch Vanderbilt in the SEC tournament?
I know. Listen, to me, this is the way I described it, is that it felt like last year, like you're right about the 4 ones, is that like you could sit there and like, yeah, those teams are like, there's not much wrong with those teams. This year, I think you can look at every one of the teams, even the ones that are the 2s and the 3s and the 4s and the ones like, and you can say like, yeah, I like them, but I like them, but
Yeah.
like, you look at I don't even know. Perfect example for me is like Arizona. Like Arizona is the most athletic team in the country, but they don't shoot a lick of 3-pointers.
Arizona's the best team. Okay,
Yes.
I feel pretty confident in that, but that's not what this tournament's about. Never has
I
been.
agree. That's what I'm saying.
That's why I never liked the Bill Self narratives before he got his second championship. I never liked those narratives because everybody bases everything off this tournament, which is such a wacky format. I mean, there's a lot of times where the best team does win, but there's a lot of times the best team doesn't win. Duke was probably the best team last year. They didn't win, right? Arizona to me is, I don't want to say clearly, but Arizona is the best team this year.
Correct.
I don't think they're going to win because they don't shoot enough threes.
Let me just throw this exercise at you. I'll see what I can come up with off the cuff here. So Arizona, really, really good, probably the best team in the country, but they don't shoot enough threes to make me feel super comfortable in that because you have to shoot threes in March, and that's the narrative. Purdue, I don't feel good about Purdue at all. I don't know if many people do. They were, the 7th seed in the Big Ten tournament or something like that, something ridiculous. Michigan, I do feel pretty good about, but, I'm not sure. If you're going to base it off of things, the Big 12 and SEC are obviously better than the Big 10, so you can make an argument to be said about that. I feel the most comfortable in them. I really like Dusty May of all the ones, I would say. Iowa State, love them. Their 3-point clip is ridiculous with Momcilovic, but we've seen what Iowa State's done in March. Like, they treat the Big 12 tournament like it's a national championship, and then don't feel like they always fizzle out. We've talked about that. You pick them. Where else you want to go? Houston. Love Houston. They play defense good enough to go all the way to the national championship. The one concern I have about them is that they don't have the guy like they've had in years past. Their guy is an 18-year-old. They have 2 freshmen that are their best players. They build around them.
We got paused because that's my champion.
I know. It's a good pick.
They have the same 2 guys they had last year, Sharp and Uze.
No, those aren't their best players last year.
Who's their best player last year?
Their best player last year was Jawan.
I don't know. I think they're. I think they're.
Was Shed there? Shed wasn't there last year, was he?
I think their offense is better than it was a year ago, and their defense and their rebounding might not be as good.
I agree. I'm just saying they're young. Like, their 2 best players are freshmen, probably. Flemings is their best player for sure.
Flemings is their best player, but he's an NBA guy. He's not their best college player.
I know. Listen. I'm drawing straws here, trying to criticize. Okay, Florida. I just have no faith in Florida. I don't know why.
They didn't start good. They didn't start good.
UConn. They didn't even win the Big East, and they got a 2 seed. I don't really understand how they got a 2 seed, honestly. And Furman. People are talking about Furman in this game. I mean, that might be something to look at. Duke. They don't have Caleb Foster. That's something notable of Duke. I think that their big man, Boozer's their best player, and typically in March, people who have their best player as a big man, sometimes it doesn't pan out. You need really good guard play. They do, but that's my criticism of them.
I looked at that Foster injury, by the way. I think it might just be like for now. I think he may come back because I saw that and I'm like, man, that's 2 because they've got another player down too. I think it might just be for these early rounds. I think.
Yeah. But yeah, I think Illinois is the best 3 seed.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Better than Michigan State. They beat
Michigan State. I like them better than Virginia.
Illinois. It is
Gonzaga. Gonzaga's getting slept on a little bit here.
Gonzaga lost to Portland.
A team that is always good in the tournament, though, that had a good year. That nobody is talking about. What did they lose? 3 games this year?
Yeah, but look at their losses.
Yeah.
Anybody can beat them, it looks like.
Yeah, but that's still Gonzaga with the talented roster and that coach.
And a
pretty fortuitous. You just said you don't like Purdue. Like, their path to the Elite Eight's pretty solid.
It is. If I was Brad Underwood, I'd be crying to the rooftops because I think Illinois has to be I guess the committee really likes Gonzaga. They were a top 10 seed or something, like top 10 ranked team all year. But I think Illinois is the best 3, and the fact that they have to play Houston in the Sweet 16 is criminal. That game is going to be nuts if that happens.
Ken Palm agrees with you, by the way. Ken Palm has them as the 7th best team. Gonzaga as the 10th. Michigan State is the 9th. Who's the other 3? Virginia as the 13th. They put Houston as the best. Ken Palm also has Houston as the best too. So they did get screwed a little bit on that for sure. I mean, But, you know, I think sometimes too, like they don't want to put them with Purdue. We've already seen that, right? Like we've seen that matchup before. They could have put him with Iowa State, I suppose. Do you feel better about that? I mean, UConn would have been the seed line pairing that you would have made on that. I don't know where they play in that game. Maybe there was some geography involved.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know where they're playing it. That would be the South. Oh, that's in Houston.
Yeah.
Oh God, they really did. They did get screwed.
Scream even louder.
Yeah, they did get screwed.
Yeah,
I like Underwood as a rule.
I think
this. I don't know.
Is so good too.
I don't think that we're as top heavy as we were a year ago.
That's my point.
But I also have Duke, Houston, Arizona, and Michigan in my Final Four.
I mean that's fine. Like
and I did like there. I've tried since I was a kid. Like as we get about halfway through the season, it's like who would I put in my Final Four right now? Like who am I going to put in my Final Four? Well, Arizona's going to be there, and I've known for a while that I've been saying it that Houston's probably my champion. It's like okay, there's those two. Duke is so flipping talented, right? And I think they got the best bracket. Like I don't know if I would. Who would I put in over Duke? I probably wouldn't be able to take Iowa State because I wouldn't put 3 Big 12 teams in the Final Four as much as I'd want to. But maybe like Illinois, as you mentioned, if they were up there. I do like them a little better than Michigan State. I don't know. Duke had the easiest path, though. And then Michigan's got the coach. I'm such a fan of him. And they've been the most consistent probably all year. Them in Arizona. So that's just the way my bracket worked out, but I'm not confident in it. I'm not confident in anything. Are we going to have chaos bracket? I don't think so. I don't think this is going to be chaos bracket. I think it's going to be chalky to the point where we have 1s, 2s, and 3s in the Final Four. That we just said, though, Arkansas, Kansas, you give me the best of those teams, and they can beat any of them. Yeah. The thing about Kansas, which we'll talk about on the other side of this, can you get the best of Kansas more than one time? And can you get the best of Kansas at the right time?
Yep.
Like, can you get the best of Kansas if they play Duke? I don't think it's going to take the best of Kansas to beat St. John's, if that's what it is. Yeah, but I think it'll be the best of Kansas to beat Duke.
That's what I've said. That's why I have them. That's why I have KU in my Final Four. I don't feel good about it, but I think that exact reason could play out, and it's honestly not super crazy to think about. I'll say this: I was listening to the College Game Day podcast, and they brought up this point. I told you about the lines yesterday, where it's the biggest. You know, the underdogs have never been bigger underdogs, basically. Excuse me. That this year, after what we had last year, like. If there's another year of basically just a lot of chalk, it's going to say a lot about the state of college basketball, I think.
Yeah, it will. I agree with that. And it's a really good talking point. Miami of Ohio feels like the best of the true mid-majors. And I know some people don't like the term mid-major. I don't really care. I don't think it's offensive at all. I think it's just a place where you separate conferences. But I think Miami of Ohio is the best of that group. I do think the poaching of those groups makes it harder because usually what happens when you have those is some like senior, right, that's been playing there forever, that makes their run. Steph Curry back in the day, that helps that team make a run. Those players are typically getting poached. So while I think the mid-majors path is probably harder than ever, I also think, you know, seeds 11 through 30 have as good a chance as they ever have. If that makes any sense. So it's not so much like this true Cinderellas as much as you can get, like Kentucky is a 7.
Yeah.
Kentucky, I believe, spent more money on their roster than anybody.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. I think that like last year, I don't think that was the fact that made it like all 4 1s made it because of the state of college basketball. I think that's kind of fluky. I don't think that honestly, I'd be pretty shocked if it was all 4 1s again this year. But I mean, it will be 1s, 2s, and 3s probably. My point more so is the fact of last year, I think that there was only one double digit that made it to the Sweet 16, and it was Arkansas that, you know, beat KU in that first round. If I'm not wrong about that, I'm pretty sure only one double digit made to the Sweet 16. I expect there will be more this year that can do that. If they don't, though, and those numbers hold true based on those betting lines, then I think it's like, wow.
Of the mid-major double digits or just double digits in general?
I mean, I guess mid-majors.
Okay. Well, you just texted me. I like this. Let's do this then. Let's do a draft. We each get 3 double-digit seeds. Okay, 3 double-digit seeds. However many wins they get is however many points we get. A little contest here.
Let's make it 5. Let's make it 5. 3 is not enough.
5? There's barely that many double-digit seeds. Okay, that's fine. 5 double-digit seeds. We'll do that here on the air today. When we come back, though, let's talk KU. They're out in San Diego. They've arrived. We'll discuss their chances as we make our way through Sports Daily. Don't go away.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
The canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message, so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now. 31001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite, or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say, drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas fan headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issue a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Welcome back into Sports Daily here on a Thursday morning. It is the round of 64. Jacob Albrecht and I getting into the madness here. We are going to draft some double-digit seeds, Jacob.
Yeah, we will. We're going to do that in the next hour. We're going to take 5 each. 5 each. I gotta write down some. I had to do a little research during the commercial breaks here. We'll snake draft it for everybody. So we'll get that ready for you in just a little bit. It'll be simple. You win a game, you get a point, and whoever gets the most points will win this little challenge. We'll have to come up with some stakes for that, but we'll have it for you. The Shockers, if you didn't catch it last night, and I don't even know where you're finding this stuff, DJ. They're not shouting it from the rooftops, but the Shockers will play at 7:30 on Sunday. So 7:30 on Sunday, which is a pretty interesting tip time. I think most of the madness is done by 7:30 on a Sunday.
I don't know.
That there are not as many games at 7:30 on a Sunday as the other days in the week. So it's annoying, quite frankly, for us, but it's all right. It's all right. We'll see if the only problem is it may run into KU on the West Coast. That'll be annoying, but we'll see on that. But it won't be as high traffic as if it was like at 2:30 on Sunday. So we'll just a headline there, but let's talk a little KU. They arrived yesterday. Bill Self, again, he seems to just be very excited about this tournament. KU it's so refreshing to have them as fascinating as they have been. It was almost like we were dreading March Madness for them the last 2 years.
Yes, 100%.
Like, oh God, like, are they going to get beat in the first round? Are they going to get beat in the second round? Like,
I'm telling you, I made this point the other day on Sports Sunday, and like I had to like backtrack because I said something about like Cal Baptist, and it sounded like I was like, it's like, yeah, the Jayhawks, is this something they need to worry about? And it's like, no, it's the 13 seed. And I like had to backtrack. Like, guys, we were terrified of Sanford last year, and they've almost lost to them.
Stylistically, it was a challenge, right? And you look this up, right? Cal Baptist, I know they have one of the nation's best scorers. They don't take a ton of threes, do they?
I'm pretty sure they do.
Oh, they do take a ton of threes. I thought we looked
pretty
at it. Well, I mean, KU's also not as vulnerable as they were. They've got. I watched the highlight reel of the nation's 5th leading scorer, who leads the way for them. They've got 2 good guards, and I just like a lot of it was attacking the basket. And Flory Badunga is going to make that more difficult than anybody Cal Baptist has played all year. For a guard to just kind of fly down there and have trick shots, basically. Like now you got to get it over Flory Badunga or Bryson Tiller. I guess I'm not worried about it. They do have an elite scorer.
Yes, I'm not either. I'm making the point is that like last year, I think you may have been.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
If KU is rolling out last year's team into this one, or even the year before's, like you'd be a little skeptical.
Now, I am worried about KU because they haven't played particularly well. I don't even know if I'd say they didn't even play well against TCU.
Yeah.
But we also saw them win a game against a good team in a game they didn't play well. So, like, we haven't seen KU play well. I mean, I guess they played well against K-State. But they haven't played well, not at Allen Fieldhouse in a lifetime. They won at Tech. They won in Lubbock. They didn't play well that game.
I was going to say.
So I think the offense has just struggled so mightily away from Allen Fieldhouse. We all are, and we're probably naively doing this. At least I am. We're naively banking on, yeah, but Peterson's still got something there. Maybe he doesn't. And if he doesn't, KU's in a ton of trouble here. Because Bill Self gave Melvin Council. He gave him 2 days off. Melvin Council has been the lifeblood of this team. But Bill Self has all week said he's gassed, man. Like he's everybody's favorite player, right? I love how much, like, can you imagine going back, like a KU player that has spent so little time with the program being so universally beloved as Melvin Council? Well, he's had a few days off. Self's been resting him. That should help. I mean, the pressure's on these guards. Trey White's got to shoot. Like, that's it. Like, they have to, these guards, Peterson, Council, White, like, they got to pick up the slack or KU's not going to be able to do anything. As great as they are defensively and can be, we just haven't seen the offense look very good in a while. Darren Peterson's never had a bigger opportunity in his career than he has right now to go do something special.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if he can do it.
Yeah, I think that, I mean, it's the same thing that we've said all week, is that, like, you can't write them off because they have Darren Peterson, but also you're scared of the Darren Peterson situation. But if they're going to do anything, it's going to be because of Darren Peterson.
Sure.
And so you kind of just lean in, basically. Just say, let's see what we got. Let's roll out the ball and see what happens.
Well, look, we've been saying that, though, for a very long time, and it's been true. Even when, and this has been the point, I don't know. Maybe there were games where they found a way to win, right? And that's when you had the conversation of, oh, this team, are they better without him? No, like, they're not better without him. They're not, because they're not good enough without him.
And they've looked worse without, like, that version that beat Arizona without him. Like, I think if you rolled that out in the Big 12 tournament, they would not have. They've like not digressed, but they've lost the juice.
They have played better at times without him, but they're not better without him.
They never have been.
No. So, like, that's where it comes in. And this is the risk every one of these teams, every one of them that is locked into a freshman leading the way, Duke is going to run this risk a little bit. Less probably than Kansas, but a little bit. Houston, a little bit. Less than Kansas. But all these teams, and this is why this tournament could get interesting. But who would be Michigan? Is Michigan the team? Florida? Does Florida rely on a freshman? I don't think so. Michigan does.
Michigan doesn't. They have Yaks.
Right. But, I mean, supporting cast. I know freshman's not their best player. But if you look at it, there's a lot of danger for some of these top teams we like because they're leaning heavily on freshmen. Yep. And that is risky business.
That's what my point is about Houston. That's what I was saying.
Well,
I agree.
Houston's less than.
They've got a supporting cast,
less than
but their best players are freshmen. Yes.
They're less than. I think their best players are freshmen. I don't think he's their best player. I think he is their most exciting player, but I think Emmanuel Sharp is their best player. I mean, I don't know what their numbers are this year, but either way, they're in danger because, what if Flemings what if they don't do anything this year, right? Like, what if the freshman falls short? But that risk is there for Kansas like it is with everybody else. That's why I think there's room for some of these other teams to step through and do something special. Flemings is their leading scorer. He's a point a game over Sharp. So, but it's not just that. Their best big is also a freshman. Houston's got a lot of danger in that. I get it. So does Arizona. Arizona's got a ton of freshmen that are good. We love those teams, but man, you're relying on a freshman. Duke last year relied on a freshman. It wasn't the freshman that got him. Flag was incredible last year in the tournament. Maybe we're all crazy for not picking Michigan. I mean, those UConn teams that went on a run, they weren't freshman heavy. What do you do in your recruiting? I mean, we saw how many times did we see Cal have 5 of the 10 best freshmen out there all the time? Those teams weren't doing anything in the tournament. It makes it hard.
It's true. I mean, that's what coaches have said for years now, is that older is always better, and older is also more expensive now in the new age of college basketball. Everybody wants the 5th year and the 6th year guys. There's a reason that we aren't running these guys off whenever their eligibility runs out. They say, "Oh, you can come back and play as a 23-year-old." Heck yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But look at okay. Let's look at Kansas now. Kansas went older's better for 2 years.
I agree.
Not there. I mean, you didn't have a more experience. You were talking about preseason number ones. There wasn't a more experienced team than Kansas the last 2 years. Did not work. So the point of all of it is it's March Madness for a reason. Like, we look for the trends. The only trend that ever holds through is the top seeds generally make it through. But all the different things that can happen in this tournament make it impossible to gauge a season's success based on a tournament. What would make this a successful season for Kansas? What would make us throw everything we've seen in the trash can and say, man, that's a good year for KU? Why and why are we so silly to base it on this tournament?
I made this point like a month ago, maybe 2 months ago, is what does this KU team need to do in the tournament to whenever people look back, they don't think, oh, that was the Darren Peterson year, like in like a negative connotation. Because right now, if they get bounced in the first round, I think that will be a negative connotation. Because
Sweet 16 probably.
I think 16. I guess true. They haven't done that in a couple of years. They probably will.
Yeah, you make it through the first weekend, you probably get a win over St. John's. Like, people will feel good about this year. It's unfortunate because the Peterson thing, like, Peterson's been okay. It's just like it's not even it's the Peterson injury. Like, it was such a weird. Look at BYU right now. DeBonce's played more than anybody. There's a 6 seed. And I know they lost a good senior, but there's that. Right? Like, it's not, I wouldn't say it's been a bad year for Kansas. Look at how great Council has been. Look at the development of Flory Badunga. You able to keep that guy another year? Work on his offense a little bit? I don't think it's been a bad year for Kansas. I think it's been frustrating at times, for sure, based on an injury. If they make it to the Sweet 16, it'll be a tremendous success. We've said it a million times, I like the matchup with St. John's. I do.
Yeah. Let's play this hypothetical for the minute we have left here. What if they don't make it to the Sweet 16 for the 4th straight year?
If they lose a good game to St. John's, well,
nothing's going to happen. But what's the
outrage? You live more in that world than I do, of overreactions on social media.
It's not even that. I mean, that's a story.
I would tell you that they got the number 1 player in the country. Now, he got hurt, but if we're going back, like, the recruiting is still elite. I would say it means nothing. Because honestly, you want to know what I think? I think it means absolutely nothing. So that's what I would tell you. Not a more consistent program in the country. There's not. It's KU and Duke. The most consistent. Hands down to me. All right, we'll come back. Let's do headlines I missed. We're going to draft double-digit seeds, and we're going to talk to Tim Fitzgerald. Lots to come still here on Sports Daily on a Thursday. We'll be right back.
hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
Canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
83101 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say, drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas fan headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issue a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Now, from Wichita's most listened to sports radio, 97.5 and 1240 KFH, this is Sports Daily.
All right, welcome back in, everybody, for another hour of Sports Daily. Glad to have you here. Jacob Albrock, TJ Cleveland. Tim Fitzgerald joins us later in the hour to talk to Casey Alexander hire in Manhattan. GoPowerCat.com. We're going to draft double-digit seeds in the NCAA tournament. We each take 5, a point per win, and whoever has the most points wins our little contest. We'll do that in the next segment, so stay tuned there. Pretty interesting as I'm looking at it. I said 5 was too many, and now I'm not so sure. We might need 5. 3
You're
would
right.
be tough.
Let's do 10.
No. Let's not do that. Are there even 10? I don't know. We'll have all that for you coming up in this hour, plus headlines I missed. It's What's on Tap, brought to you by Wichita Brewing Company, now featuring the seasonal release Lazy McCafferty. This beer packed with malty specialty grains that you love in an Irish red ale, but it's light enough to put on your kilt and have you singing from the tabletops all night long. Lazy McCafferty Irish red ale, now available at Wichita Brewing Company. Pizza and beer made here. We have that. You can comment Facebook, YouTube, X. You can call us at 869-1240. You can leave voice messages on the Odyssey app. It's all there for you. All right, here we go, Max. Let's do some headlines we missed.
All right, Sports Daily fans, let's take you to the sports headlines Jacob probably didn't see.
All right. We actually have some, mainstream headlines today. These aren't random TJ pulls from the depths of social medias. So let's get into it. These are all like ESPN headlines. It was a pretty notable day yesterday. Let's start here. WNBA salary cap. You see this story?
I did.
It's going up. They got the CBA agreement. The most notable number in here to me, Jacob, I didn't know this. The Supermax contract for women's basketball was $249,000. Now it's 1.4.
Got it.
Now it's 1.4 million.
Okay.
That's crazy. That is a
500% increase.
Basically. Yeah, that is nuts.
Good. Yeah. Because
It's
guess what? And you know, the teams will tell you this, like if a player's not worth the Supermax, they're not going to sign the contract.
Yeah.
Clearly there are players that are. Caitlin Clark's worth $15 million a year more.
It's true. All right. Where are we going next? Let's go to NBA basketball. WNBA to the NBA. Apparently, LeBron James. You ever heard of the guy?
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Okay. Apparently, at one point in time, he said that he wanted to go the Tom Brady route and have some ownership in a potential NBA expansion franchise in Las Vegas. And somebody asked him about it last night, and he said, "No, I'm not interested. Not at all." Changed his mind. Doesn't want it.
Okay. Didn't they just approve Vegas and Seattle, like to look into Vegas and Seattle expansion? Is that a headline TJ missed?
They didn't approve anything, but they said they're looking, I guess.
They're officially looking at those two cities. I think Vegas was one of them. I don't know that I believe Mr. James. I think he might.
Would you? I think that the bigger conversation is: would you like an NBA franchise in Vegas?
Yeah, I think so. I think baseball's built for it, but NBA for sure. They have the arena, so yeah, why not? I think you got to get to Seattle is more pressing, but yeah, Vegas could do really well with an NBA franchise for sure.
All right, let's go NCAA now. First four last night, the opening game, 16 versus 16. Prairie View A&M topped Lehigh in the first four. Why is that notable, Jacob?
It's their first ever win in the tournament.
Is it really? I didn't know that.
I believe that's right.
That actually kind of sounds right. No, it's notable to us because I'm not logged in. Give me 1 second. Please hold. Please hold. Got to get to kenpalm.com. It is notable because back on November 8th, the Shockers beat Prairie View A&M 105-62.
Okay. All right.
So, by the transitive property, the Shockers are now playing Florida on Friday.
Yeah. Okay. The Shockers have something to prove here. They've got something to prove. Go do it against Oklahoma State.
That's right. All right. Now to the other headline. First four of the game that we all watched last night. Talk about some resume things. Miami of Ohio gets the win last night. They are officially 1-0 in quad one.
There you go. They got their only opportunity.
That's right.
Their only chance.
That's pretty good. This one's pretty interesting. So BJ Edwards of SMU didn't play last night. That was one of the bigger headlines, is that he was one of SMU's best player, didn't play. So I didn't realize this. SMU, ahead of Selection Sunday on that Friday before, released a statement basically telling the committee he's going to play. Because they didn't want this to be a Florida State situation in football.
Yeah.
And so they were like, if you're going to put us in, he's going to play. Like, he's progressing back towards playing, and he should be healthy. And then he didn't play.
He doesn't play.
And so
at that point, they didn't know they were going to be put in a play-in. I guess they could use
That's also true. Yeah, I think that was kind of he didn't feel game ready despite making progress with his right ankle.
But if they were playing on Friday, he would have been fine. Yeah, they could use that excuse.
Yeah.
Not smart. I think it's smart.
It's true. But yeah, that was basically they're the last team in, and they got that nod. Kind of because he was playing. If he wasn't going to play, he might not have. But also, everybody's bringing up the point. Jeff Goodman tweeted about it. Everybody's bringing up the point underneath it, saying, "Well, what's the incentive not to lie? Right? What are they going to do?"
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't you lie? Of course, you're going to lobby for your team to get in the tournament. There's money on the line, I believe, a decent amount.
It is. All right, here you go. Here's my favorite one of the day. March 19th, 2023. You know why that day is notable? In college hoops?
Farley Dickinson?
Okay, well, that was March 17th, but good guess. Kansas State University takes down Kentucky because they have more dudes and advance to the Sweet 16 in New York City.
I cannot believe.
Could you have ever guessed what the next 3 years look like?
3 years after that run, we're doing this.
There's a new coach.
I can't believe it. I really can't believe it.
That game was so cool.
That run was so cool and so fun. I remember talking to people that didn't watch a lot of K-State that year, and they're like, this Noel dude has to stop shooting from the logo. And I'm like, no, he doesn't. Like, that's very much what they do. Like, he does not need to stop doing that.
That game especially, and like it was just encapsulates their whole season. But like the amount, like I'm looking at a highlight here, I just tweeted it out, of Marquise Noel throwing a no-look alley-oop up to Naquan Tomlin, and like that game, I believe there was like a behind-the-back pass into a dunk.
Was that the argue with the coach game?
No, that was Michigan State. That was the next tournament. That was the next one, which is getting a lot of discourse now, by the way, now that Jerome Tang got fired, about what actually was happening there. But yeah, this game was nuts. I remember it. And then after the game, it drove the most headlines because in his media scrum, Jerome Tang said, "You know what this one really came down to? He said, we have more dudes than them. We have more dudes than Kentucky tonight." And Kentucky fans got real upset about that one.
Oh.
One of my favorites. We got to bring this up to Fitz. This is one of my favorites. This is whenever Zach Carlson was still on Go Power Cat. One of the Kentucky radio stations that's a big deal out there didn't get a press row seat. And we're up in arms about it because the ESPN Netherlands got one because of Gasson. They were there to cover it, and they were like, "You kidding me? The Netherlands get a seat and we don't get a seat?" And then they're like, "And why does Go Power Cat get 2 seats? Who are these guys?"
Yeah. Well, don't get me. Listen, don't even get me started on the press row seating arrangements. One of there's a lot of these. That is one of the inside. Like, why would you ever go on social media and complain about that? Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Nobody cares. Like, oh, everybody, like, woe is me. Everybody give me a heart on social media to sit way up here and get into this game for free.
You want to know something? I sat up top at the Big 12 tournament last week, and I had the best view in the entire house of that glass floor.
I watched KU beat Duke to go to the Final Four from those seats, and it was one of the best seats I've ever had at a basketball game in Omaha, sitting up. And it is, I don't know if you've been up there in Omaha. It is the nosebleeds. Like, it's
the best one. The best one I've ever seen was New York City. This run, they put. I think I actually got a seat down low, but Brandon sat up top, and so he sat in the hockey press box for the Rangers, basically in Madison Square Garden. And theirs is literally like on the catwalk. Like, it's not in a box. You walk over like a bridge. Like, it was ridiculous. I was like, holy cow, this thing is freaking nuts. I'm very much in the camp of, like, if you're getting on social media to complain about your seat that you get for free to go get paid to go watch college basketball, like, let's take a look in the mirror, man. Come on.
I just like
Like, we're not digging ditches here. I say that all the time. We're not digging ditches. We're getting paid to be here.
Terms. We're not digging ditches. Like, I could be digging ditches. Does anybody dig ditches, by the way? Like, is that a job? Because that is one of my favorites.
I'd say that I feel like that's got to be like a side part of a job.
What do you do for a living? I dig ditches. I mean,
what got you into that field?
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, they're using maybe some machines to dig a ditch, but nobody's out there with a shovel digging ditches. Like it, Went to college went to trade school, learned how to dig ditches. Yeah, I love that term, by the way, because I use it all the time.
That's got to be like a side job of like, we're building a house today. I got to dig this ditch so we have water flow. Yeah.
Can we stop whining on social media that our free seats to the Elite Eight aren't good enough?
I catch myself a lot of like, especially with people, because I feel like you and I can both be introspective enough to be like, when somebody's whining about something in our jobs, it's like, yeah, man, is your camera too heavy? Like, do you understand what you're doing for a living?
Yeah, there are hard parts of it. It's stressful as hell.
It's not. I tell people like it's not cool to hate your job. You can hate your job, but it's not cool to hate your job. Like that doesn't make you cooler if you don't like your job.
Nobody wants to hear about you gripe about your job. Like, I
any job for that matter.
Any job. That's 100% accurate. Go get a different job if you don't like your job so much. There's lots of them. All right, let's do a double-digit draft when we return on Sports Daily. A double-digit seed. We're picking them next.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
The canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message, so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
83101 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you
and inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas fan headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospitalized from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issue a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Sports Daily is on KFH.
All right. Excuse me, man cold. Welcome back in, everybody. It's Sports Daily. Boy, I hate man colds. I hate any colds. Whether it's allergies or I don't even know what it is. It's annoying is what it is. Welcome back in, everybody. We're going to do a draft here. Now, we got to set some ground.
Hey, hold on. Let's give me 1 second. I got one more headline that just came down that I missed.
Okay.
Anheuser-Busch unveils March Madness promo around the state of Nebraska. There is select fridges at certain bars around Lincoln that have locks and chains on them that says don't open until Nebraska tournament win. If they win, everybody gets commemorative cans to celebrate the first ever March Madness win.
What if they get beat?
They'll sit there all year.
Oh, man. That's okay. All right. I like it. Put the pressure on. Could you imagine? What's that bar that does the shots?
The Omaha one?
Yeah.
Rocco's, I think.
Yeah, do that around Nebraska. Goodness. Or Iowa State. All right. So ground rules here. We're each going to pick. They got to be a double-digit seed. We're going to have a draft. It'll be a snake draft. We're each going to pick a double-digit seed, and we're going to take 5 each, which is going to get interesting. 1 point per win, right? That's what we're doing. Any win at any point in the tournament is worth a point. Is that right?
Yes. They're all worth 1. They're all equal.
All worth 1. We'll come up with some stakes on this at another date. Now we have to decide because I think we probably have the same idea for a top pick.
Do we flip a coin? Do we leave it up to the viewers of who gets the first pick? First comment gets the first pick. Or
we're not going to be able to do that fast enough.
Okay, we're just gonna flip a coin then.
I don't have a coin. Here's
I got a coin. I got a virtual coin on Google. Heads or tails?
Tails. Tails never fails.
Tails. Jacob gets first pick.
Okay. All right. With my first pick in this draft, are you writing these down?
Yes.
I will take South Florida.
You're so lame.
Give me South Florida. All right. So I got USF. I'm gonna write these down too.
Okay.
I think
over to me.
They've got a chance to make a run here in this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. Now you get 2 picks.
Okay. Oh, I get 2. Okay. Then give me Miami, Ohio.
Oh, you.
And then I'm going with what is this? The 10 seed Mizzou playing in St. Louis this week.
I can't believe you took Miami of Ohio. I did not think you'd do that. That's so lame. All right. Give me VCU, who I have winning a game in the tournament. And give me High Point, who I also have winning a game in the tournament.
Okay. Who else is on my list here? Okay, I'll go 10 seed Santa Clara over Kentucky.
I have them winning a game. Okay. I probably should have taken them over High Point. Dang it.
That's all right. I like High Point a lot. 10 seed Santa Clara. And then I'm going with 12 seed Akron Zips. I have them in my Sweet 16. That's a steal.
Oof. Okay. No. I made a mistake there. I should have taken Santa Clara over High Point. All right. Now I got to recover. Let's, you know what? Just, I am going to end up with the teams that I identified. I'm going to end up with 5 out of the group. So I'm going to be satisfied, I think, here. Let's finish it off with UCF, a little Big 12 love.
Yep.
And let's finish it off with the Aggies. Texas A&M.
I had both of those. Okay, who's on my list here left? Do I have any others? I think that was all the ones that I had. I got to go pull.
That's all the ones I had highlighted.
That's all I had written down. I got to go draw a straw here. I don't think I have any other. Yeah, I know. I don't think. Would we have 112 on our list? 212s. Okay. Wright State, Hofstra. Anybody?
2 of my
Any
kids
takers?
have Hawaii.
Ooh, Rainbow Warriors. Kennesaw. Oh, Texas over BYU. I don't think they can win that game.
Oh, Texas is probably the pick. Texas was probably a better pick. Those play-in games always produce winners. Texas was probably a better pick than Texas A&M.
Yeah, but I like to live on the edge here. All right. Furman Paladins. That's something. Cal Baptist, Northern Iowa. Give me the Panthers. I'm taking Ben Jacobson.
That's not a bad decision. They just didn't look that good when we saw them this year, but that's probably not fair.
Okay, those are your teams. TJ has Miami of Ohio, Mizzou, Santa Clara, Akron, Northern Iowa. Jacob got South Florida, VCU, High Point, UCF, and Texas A&M.
I'm gonna kill you in this, by the way. I
think South Florida
it's the Miami of Ohio. I did not think you'd go with Miami of Ohio. That's the
one. I think I was gonna go with.
Anybody else? High Point. I knew taking USF was the pick at the top. We both liked them the most. Miami. There's going to be a part of me, even if I win this contest, but Miami of Ohio wins some. I'm going to be very jealous of the fact that I don't have that.
Yep.
Even if I win, I'm going to be jealous of that.
Yep.
I am coming around to. Like, I think Miami of Ohio has turned into what I thought Nebraska was going to be before Nebraska ended up actually being good. When I watched Nebraska against K-State, that's like basically the way Miami of Ohio played last night. I was like, oh, everyone's going to fall in love with that. So we'll just fall in love with Miami of Ohio.
Yep.
Now they got a chip on their shoulder. Get out there and prove it. I love it.
Who is it? Tennessee, right? I think it beat Tennessee.
No, it's Tennessee is somebody. Oh no, you're right. Yeah, it's Tennessee, then Virginia.
I think it would be Virginia.
I do too. And I actually kind of like Tennessee because I think Rick Barnes is really good at what he does. But then it's potentially Iowa State, notorious for a letdown.
Oh, Miami of Ohio to the Elite Eight. Holy smokes!
Go.
Miami, Ohio versus Michigan.
The Midwest will be on fire.
You know how jealous Ohio State fans would be if Miami of Ohio beats Michigan, knocks them out of the tournament.
Ohio State's in this tournament too. I've seen them a couple times. I got TCU beating them.
This is Ohio State's like first trip in like 5 years.
What? Okay, let's talk about the Big 12 for a second. I have Houston winning. Everybody likes Arizona. We've talked about Iowa State quite a bit, actually. Kansas, obviously. Team like TCU, team like UCF. I'm curious for those teams, those middle of the road Big 12 teams. And I think probably we have to classify now because of injury BYU and Texas Tech in that category a little bit, because those were two elite teams that had major injuries. What is the number in the Sweet 16 that we're going to be satisfied with?
Of Big 12 teams?
Of Big 12 teams. Because they didn't have the most teams in. The SEC did. And I don't totally disagree with that, by the way. I think the Big 12 was the best league, but the SEC's I'm okay with it. I wasn't wholly upset at the number. But this is where you want to see your conference shine through.
If there's not 4, I'll be disappointed. I'll say that. I have 5.
16?
I have 5 in my bracket.
I think it should be more than 4. I do.
I mean, that's gonna take an upset or two.
Well, let's just look at it. Sweet 16 or 4 seeds or lower, you're not getting an upset. So you could have Kansas. You could have just going down the bracket here, bear with me. Houston would be 2, Arizona.
And Iowa State.
Tech is a 5, technically speaking, in Iowa State, so that's 4.
That's what I'm
so
saying.
On the seed lines, you're only catching 4. I'll still be. I think it needs to be 5. I think it needs to be 5.
That's Texas Tech or BYU, basically.
Texas Tech or BYU. Yeah, TCU's probably not going to beat Duke. UCF would have to beat. Who would UCF have to beat? They'd have to beat UConn to get there. That's not totally out of the realm of possibility, I suppose. Yeah, it's going to take Tech over Alabama. I have Tech in there. I didn't initially, but I switched that when Alabama's player got caught with a pound of weed. Yeah.
Headline.
Okay. Four is probably at least 4. I want to see 5. I'm so mad that Tech and BYU lost their star players. Could you imagine? The Big 12 would have had 5 3 or better seeds.
They would.
I'll
ask you this question. Which do you feel more confident in, Tech or BYU? Not draw, but just ability to go on a run.
Tech.
Really? I'm BYU.
Yeah. I think Tech is a more complete team, and Tech still has Christian Anderson, and BYU obviously has DeBonsa. But
that's my point, is that JT Toppin did a lot more for Tech than Saunders did for BYU, and Saunders did a lot.
JT Toppin was going to win the Naismith this year.
Yeah, he was still first teamer, and he missed 2 months.
Yeah, I think Tech has played much better than BYU down the stretch without those players. Wouldn't you agree with that?
I mean, BYU struggled. I think that BYU in the conference tournament showed me a lot of what they can do. They obviously ran into Houston eventually and had to die there, but I think they're good enough. Who is their draw again? They can beat Texas, and then I have them beating Gonzaga. And then Mizzou is who I have them against, because I have Mizzou.
Listen, I like both of their paths. I think both of their paths are reasonable to get to the Sweet 16.
Isn't Tech? I have Tech.
Tech's just got to beat Alabama, and Alabama just lost their leading scorer.
Didn't Tech draw High Point? Is that right?
No, they got the one everybody else likes, Akron. Everybody likes Akron.
Right. The Zips. Yeah, I picked Akron.
I think they're both okay. Okay, let's take it a step further. That's the Sweet 16. What about the Final Four? Is it just one?
I think. I mean, probably. If I'll say if there's not one, it's obviously a major letdown. If there is a one, I think that you're fine with that, and I think 2, you're happy.
2, you're very happy. Yeah, that's probably a good way to put it.
I have 2 in mind. I think you do too.
I do. I have Houston and Arizona.
Yeah, I have K.
Then you'd go to Iowa State. And then Kansas is going to be your best bet out of that other region, better than TCU or UCF, obviously. Who do you not have?
KU's draw is so.
Who do you have? You don't have Houston in your Final Four. Who do you have in that region?
Nebraska.
Oh, that's right. Man, you are going to be living stressfully. What time do they play today?
Like 11:30.
Oh no.
I'm not even going to be at work yet. I'm just going to have to sit on the couch.
TV. Oh no!
I'm going to see my bracket fall apart on True TV.
That's got upset written all over it. Troy versus Nebraska at 11:40 on True TV.
I really do like Troy. Troy this year is not as good as what they have been in years past. Troy got kind of a freaking. I guess they won the Sun Belt, but that was the game. I actually watched them play against Georgia Southern, because Georgia Southern almost pulled off the 6 wins in 6 days. But oh my gosh,
alma mater of. Who's Troy's most famous athlete?
Troy's most famous athlete? I have no idea.
Come on. Cowboy.
Basketball player?
Nope. Football.
I don't know. Aikman?
Aikman. Good Lord.
You're throwing out famous Cowboys. I'm just going to throw you guesses.
DeMarcus Ware.
I would never have gotten that.
DeMarcus Ware. Troy Aikman. God.
The only thing that I could tell you about Troy is that John Summerall used to coach there whenever they played K-State. And I remember that game.
Okay.
That was the only game of Avery Johnson's freshman year he didn't play in, actually. Fun fact.
Yeah. Really?
Yep. Because that was the point where everybody was like, are they going to redshirt Avery Johnson? What the heck is going on? Why didn't he play in that game? And then he played against Mizzou the very next time.
Yeah, now I remember that. I remember that now. Yeah, that was a little weird. All right, other tournament things before we switch gears to Tim Fitzgerald. We've had everything in this morning. I guess we could look at some of these games. So TCU Ohio State starts things off. CBS loves getting those like 9-8s. They always do it. South Florida, who we both like, representing the American this year. That's early. That's 12:30 on TNT. We get that right out of the gates. You and I both like them. Louisville's got a ton of talent. They've spent a ton of money on that roster. They were up there, right, in roster money spent this year. I think they were one of the top teams. Come on, USF. Like, what? This is why this is one of the great things about March Madness. Like, I will be a USF fan today. Like, let's go. We watched this team. This team pissed us off all year long, competing against the Shockers. Like, just aggravating.
This is the best now because with as much basketball as we consume now, and this is the most I ever have in my life. Like I'm not like an expert of like breaking down things, but like I've watched enough basketball that I can turn on South Florida. I'm like, oh, that's Wes Enos and Joe Pinion. They're really good this year.
Yeah, right. The fact that they have a guy named, by the way, Pinion and Enos is fantastic. If you're looking for a reason to root for USF and you are a juvenile, just remember that. Pinion and Enos are their star players. You've got in the early window, I've got so I have TCU over Ohio State. I've got three upsets in the first window today.
Wait, look,
I got TCU, South Florida, and High Point, all in the first 4 games that are played today. Let's go.
TCU, South Florida, and High Point. Yeah, I'm with you. I have all those. We're going to parlay those together.
I'm going to be devastated. And these games don't mean – I don't think I have any of these teams beyond the first win.
I do.
But I'm going to be devastated after 4 games
South Florida
played.
Losing? I have South Florida in my Elite 8 and Nebraska as my champion, and they're both playing before 1 o'clock on Thursday.
South Florida. No, I have Michigan State beating South Florida.
No.
But it does. I mean, these games mean nothing in like a bracket challenge. And this is so funny too. What would you rather have? Would you rather pick the national champion, or would you rather nail the upsets in the first 2 games?
I would rather go 32 or 32. 100%.
No. Oh, that's not even what I mean. Yeah, to be perfect through the first 2 rounds. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, because I might agree with you on that. Because you get to brag on that for a week, by the way.
I know.
You get your national champion.
If you pick your national champ.
Or you just get all your upsets to hit.
Yeah.
Like you just get to be like, I had High Point.
And that's my point. That's my point of why it drives me nuts of how weighted the brackets are, is that like, let's say this, like I went perfect first round. Like I'm one of the only 20 perfect brackets left in the country, something like that. Or it's like, holy cow, like how did that guy know that was going to happen? Yeah. And then I get it wrong because I picked Nebraska to win the national championship. And you get Houston and you win the bracket pool. It's like, I don't get rewarded at all for going 32 of 32 to start this thing.
Because you can't not have the champion and win a contest like that.
But it's just so much more rewarding to have the first round.
It is. I agree. I mean, if you're not now, if you're telling me win a bracket contest, like a big one, or go 32 of 32, then I'd say win the big bracket contest. Because you're riding that for 3 weeks. You're riding 32 of 32 for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You're riding that for 3 days. And then you could get annihilated for the next 2 weeks, where if I have the champion and a chance to, like, I get to ride that out a little bit. I watched Houston, Florida from a bar in Hawaii last year because we were on a family vacation, begging the bartender to participate in my excitement. And God love him, he tried, but he was like, bro, I don't know anything. Brudda, I don't know anything about basketball. I watch surfing. And I'm just like, all right, well, humor me, please. Like, this is really exciting stuff right here. The emotional roller coaster of that game I rode by myself at like 11 a.m. at a bar in Hawaii.
Yeah. I am currently digging through my past year's brackets, and this is a ride. 2024, I went 0 for 4 in the Final Four because I had, I don't even know. Let me pull it up. Iowa State, Arizona, Kentucky, and Creighton Not a single one made it.
I picked Arizona that year.
I picked Iowa State.
Man, I can't believe I have 4 upsets picked in the first 4 games. I'm going to be a wreck. I'm going to be a wreck before I get to work. All right, we'll come back. We got more Sports Daily. Tim Fitzgerald joins us next.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
The canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message, so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
83101 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say, drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas fan headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospitalized from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Sports Daily is on KFH. And now, digging deeper with the teams you follow, it's another Sports Daily Insider interview on KFH.
All right, welcome back in here to Sports Daily. We are digging deeper with Tim Fitzgerald, GoPowerCat.com. We were joking, Fitz, earlier about the weird complaints sometimes that come out of people in our business that nobody cares about. A phrase TJ and I love is, at least we're not digging ditches. And it made us wonder, is anybody out there, like, is that your job? You dig ditches? Digging deeper with Fitz? I mean, you get a machine, though. Like, I'm talking with a shovel. You're just out there digging a ditch.
Well, I imagine it used to be a profession.
Yeah, I guess.
And it's true. I mean, I don't know. Checking cows' hemorrhoids, that would be bad too, but it doesn't roll off the tongue.
I have
literally.
I have done something similar to that. I can tell you that that's the real deal. Not hemorrhoids, but back in that general vicinity. Doing some work, growing up on the in the cattle business. We've been there. Fitz, who's in your Final Four?
Oh my goodness, you don't mess around. I don't know. I think I want to steal my sidekick Brian Hanley's Final Four because I liked it a lot. It was Arizona, Iowa State, Houston, and St. John's. It's not homerish at all. But no, I think those three teams are very capable of getting there. I won't be surprised if any of them do. They seem like they belong there. And the other bracket, Kansas's bracket, by the way, is a little bit more chaotic. It'll be interesting to see who emerges from there.
We did a draft, Fitz, of our favorite double digits that can get a win. You got one? Give me 1, 10 plus.
I've been busy covering a hiring. I haven't memorized the double digit teams. I'll go with UCF because I know they're double digit.
Good pick.
They are barely double digits, but they are. They do qualify. Here's another fun one we've been talking about today before we get to Casey Alexander. Would you rather go 32 of 32, like in your first two rounds, or have your national championship right, like win a bracket challenge? Which would you prefer?
It's all about the win. You got to win
the big deal. Okay.
Yeah, you got. I mean, look, I had a good first half, Coach. Didn't we win? No, we didn't win. You loser.
It's true. It's true. All right, Fitz. Casey Alexander, you've met him.
Yep.
You guys have the same hairstyle. That's got to be a check in the right column.
Absolutely.
What do you think? This is the opposite of what they did with Jerome Tang. Probably couldn't be more opposite of what they did with Jerome Tang.
Isn't that the truth? But that's true of so many hires. You kind of just instinctively go the opposite of what you just had. And honestly, we can just write Jerome Tang's time off as a failed experiment because this is more the personality of the coaches and the background who have succeeded at Kansas State. He's an X's and O's guy. He runs a tight program. Every player on that court understands what their role is on that court. And while we don't know what the results are going to be with him, his approach to basketball reminds me of the Hartman Kruger years at Kansas State. If he can get the right players and instill the right discipline, this could really work for Kansas State and feel comfortable for the school in terms of this is how we normally see our teams on the court. Effort is always there. Defense and getting on the floor is always there. They'll never lose because they got outworked. So that's kind of what Belmont's been. And I think K-State fans are hungry for that exact same thing.
Fitz, that second part of that was what I was about to say, is that this feels like the most K-State head coach of all time. Like I made the point to Wyatt on Tuesday is that if you could turn Bill Snyder and Colin Klein and like morph him into a basketball coach, he would have said the same things that Casey Alexander said. We're going to recruit high schoolers. We're going to retain high schoolers. We're going to play with effort. We're going to play together. You're going to recognize the faces that are on the court. It feels like this is one that by the optics, K-State people in Manhattan are going to love.
Yeah. Isn't that true, though, for any program, really? Do you recognize all the players on the court midway through the season? I mean, if you're a casual fan or not as fanatic as others, it's truth. He did say a lot of the right things, but I also believe that's what he believes because he's done that at Belmont. In fact, one of his high school recruits for Belmont's asked for a release, and it appears he might end up at Kansas State. Yes, it's called a freshman, and he will be in the program. So, yeah, he did say a lot of the right things. But I'll say this, and please don't take this as I'm saying he's the Bill Snyder of basketball. But when I hear he is an offensive expert, understands offense incredibly at a high level, and and also recognizes and recruits that thing that others miss because he has consistently gotten recruits to Belmont. So they have to be in that part of the recruiting process where Belmont had a shot at him. And a year or two later, they're at a power institution. It's happened a number of times. He recognizes talent. And that reminds me of Bill Snyder a lot. And times have changed. It's a different sport, and nobody is Bill Snyder. But I think those traits will feel really comfortable to K-State fans.
I want to ask this way, though, Fitz, because patience is not something this fan base has shown recently. It's a fan base that was a lot of it, and I don't even mean just the loud voices. It was a lot of voices were ready to say Chris Kleiman needed to be gone after 8 wins a year. Obviously didn't give Jerome Tang much grace, and there's a lot of reasons for that, and that's not what I'm saying, but if he wants to build the program the way he's saying he wants to build the program, it doesn't really sound like it's going to be an immediate thing. Is this fan base ready to give a coach 3 years to build a program? Because, boy, it just doesn't feel that way to me.
Yeah, you're right. 3 years in this environment's a long build, though. But I'll say this. I don't think it's just K-State fans showing those traits. Right now, I think fans are so fed up with the state of college athletics. And there's a sense that you can go find the players. You should never be short of talent because the portal's right there and it's magical and it can hand you all your hopes and dreams. And if you fail, you had an opportunity to do it. I think fans are so fed up with NIL and the portal, it gets reflected upon coaches as bad performances. And I thought, as a fan base, I thought some people were really unfair to Chris Kleiman having one down year. But Jerome Tang, this had been building. So I wish Casey Alexander luck. I think he's the appropriate hire of the available candidates. You have to understand that if they're not available, you can't hire them. There isn't a big talent field out there right now, so you had to dig a little deeper. And I think they found a really good coach. And I'm excited to see what he can do at Kansas State.
I agree, Fitz. I'm wondering what you know about what you can share about the hiring process. One thing that Gene said on Monday is that he talked to Casey Alexander, loved Casey Alexander, and then it sounds like they still went through the due process of everybody else, and it came back to Casey Alexander. So that tells me he wasn't the first choice, but Gene really liked him as the one in the back pocket.
Yep. I do believe they thought Jared Calhoun checked a few more boxes, the Utah State coach, including postseason and those type of things. But when I really dug in and studied the candidates, I thought Casey Alexander was my choice because I thought the fit was that good. And at the end of the day, if what we were being told was correct, Calhoun and his agent had a couple opportunities just to respond to a potential offer, and they kept kicking it down the road. And now we know that there was something else out there he wanted. I don't think it's Cincinnati, but people think the Cincinnati job coming open was it, and we'll see what happens with that. But we got someone by our house.
Well, you got to let them know that that's not acceptable. They're not allowed
No,
to walk in
they're
front
barking.
of
They're
your house.
barking because they're excited about Casey Alexander.
I'm with you, Fitz. I think I was in the minority on this as they were getting stacked up and names were getting floated. I actually liked Alexander more than Calhoun. Just a couple of days. He's 10 years older. He feels less likely to use K-State as a springboard, maybe than Calhoun would at a younger age. I don't know what, like 2 good years at Utah State. He had a couple of good years at Youngstown State, but it took 6 years to build up to that point at Youngstown State, whereas Alexander went straight from Lipscomb and then 6 years of success at Belmont. So in the current era, which I agree with you is different, like it felt to me like there's a better chance to get it done right away with Alexander. And I know that, Utah State plays in a better league at the moment, but I mean, the Valley's still pretty good. I don't know. It just seems like if you're going to need a coach to come in and win, I think Alexander checks that box.
I agree.
Long-term, big picture, I don't know, but short-term, we're looking at a decade now of doing nothing but winning 20 games and finishing at the top end of whatever league it happens to be.
Yeah, I agree. And the thing he said that checked the box for me was, I've complained about Jerome Tang collecting players, but not a team. And he talked about that in his press conference, that you've got to understand how these players fit together. You've got to make sure you've got all your roles filled that you need filled. And I don't think the prior staff could define roles. They had off guards playing point guard. I don't know that they fully grasp the importance of having a role and performing it within a cohesive unit. And I think he sees that big picture so much better than a lot of coaches. And that's what I've been told too.
Fitz, pop quiz. You know what happened 3 years ago today?
3 years ago today, I have no idea.
K-State had more dudes than Kentucky.
Was that? Oh, wow. They did have some dudes on that team.
They did.
They got a dude right now, PJ Haggerty, all American honorable mention. He's just a junior, Fitz.
Yeah, no.
Chances, give me percentage chance. Haggerty comes back to play for Casey Alexander.
0.
All right.
I don't know. I mean, PJ's a great young man, but he's not a creator point guard, and he doesn't. The way he plays doesn't make the team better.
Okay. Well,
makes him better.
Starting with 23 a game, maybe not a bad place for Casey Alexander. At least have the conversation, right? I mean, high tempo.
We gotta get Fitz off the air. Those dogs are going nuts. Get Daphne and Dude under control.
Well, the windows are open. They can hear the world.
Go powercat.com. Get all the latest on the Casey Alexander hire right there. Fitz, enjoy the tournament. We'll talk next week. All right, we're coming back. We got a little more Sports Daily. Don't go away.